Do you want to flip houses, but you're worried about making costly mistakes in 2025? I mean, I get it. With high interest rates and tight competition, the stakes are higher than they ever have been. But don't worry, because I've flipped over 350 homes and I'm here to show you how to avoid those rookie errors and how to maximize your profits. From choosing the right property to cutting renovation costs, this video covers everything you need to succeed. So if you are with me, here are my top 10 essential tips to succeed in house flipping in 2025. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeff Kudlotz, aka Jeffrey Dollars. I'm a real estate investor, business owner, entrepreneur, husband and father, and the creator of the Stealth Wealth Profit System. Over almost a decade flipping houses, I've flipped over 350 homes. I've closed over $50 million in real estate transactions, and I'm here to share what I've learned to help you crush your very first house flip and beyond. So if you want proof of that, check out my show on YouTube called Real Estate Riches, where I share the good, the bad, and the ugly and no bullshit on flipping houses and how you can be successful at it as well. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the strategies or new episodes that come out each and every week that help me reach 100,000 per month flipping houses. So 2025 is going to be a very unique market, but with the right tools and strategies, I know that you can still succeed. Whether you're just beginning or you've done 10, maybe even 20 flips, these tips are going to help you make better decisions and increase your profits. So in this video, we're going to cover the top essential tips for house flipping that include how to pick the right market and the right property. I'm also going to show you strategies to control your costs and increase your returns. I'm also going to be sharing actionable tips of my stealth wealth strategy that's going to help you maximize profits while minimizing your costs and risk. So you guys ready? Let's get into it. So tip number one is to understand the market. And it's very, very critical because success starts with your understanding of the market that you're operating in. And local trends, house prices, and even neighborhood dynamics all influence how profitable your flip can be. Prices vary from neighborhood to neighborhood and even street to street. So being informed lets you spot opportunities before they become obvious to others. Market knowledge also helps you avoid overpaying for properties in declining neighborhoods. You don't want to go buy a property for top dollar when the neighborhood is going down in value. Now, when you're understanding the market, research local sales data and market trends. Talk to real estate agents and analyze up-and-coming neighborhoods so that you can take advantage of appreciation. You also want to stay informed about regional development plans such as new businesses or even schools, which can drive demand from buyers when your flip is ready to sell. It's also critical when you're understanding the market to monitor the inventory levels to understand whether or not it's a buyer's or if it's a seller's market. And to do this, you can use free online tools like Zillow, Redfin, or you can use paid services like PropStream to track neighborhood sales and trends. It's also very important to get a real estate agent to pull recent comps or comparable sales for you to back your after repair value or your ARV on your resale price. And when you're understanding the market, it's also important for you to join local real estate meetups or groups to stay connected with trends and even other business opportunities. Other seasoned investors who are active in the area might be seeing activity in certain parts of the area, and they can share their insights with you. You guys can exchange information because when you're successful, everybody else is successful. Remember, you don't make money when you sell a property. You make money when you buy it before any work is done. So get the deal right from the start and focus on areas with high demand. All right, tip number two on this list is choose the right property. Now, there's certain key factors to evaluate. You want to look for homes with minimal structural issues, but plenty of cosmetic potential. You want to avoid big projects. Favor properties in desirable neighborhoods with good schools, they're safe, and they're close to amenities like the highway, shopping, restaurants, that sort of thing. Also focus on properties that appeal to your target buyers. If you're inexperienced or you're just starting out, don't go after houses in luxury neighborhoods because you think you're going to make a ton of money. Your inexperience will burn you and end you financially. Also, avoid properties with major issues like foundation problems or zoning violations unless you have a very large budget and the experience to back it up. To make the most money, look for homes with outdated but functional layouts that can be easily modernized. Pay attention to opportunities when it comes to your property size. Small homes with good layouts can sell faster than larger, kind of awkwardly designed ones. They're not going to sit on the market as long, and you can get your profits quicker. So when it comes down to it, don't be afraid of properties that look rough but have solid bones. Cosmetic upgrades are going to be cheaper and faster to fix than structural problems. Buyers expect the structural problems to be fixed. Nobody's going to pay more for a house now that the walls aren't caving in on themselves. Structural problems are not something that you will recoup your investment on in the resale. The business model of fix and flip is efficiency. So the more that you flip, the more you can make profits. You can also target homes with good curb appeal potential because they are the ones that often attract buyers quickly. And one thing to consider is location over aesthetics. A less attractive home in a great area is going to beat a perfectly rehabbed one in a bad area. Nobody's going to buy a home in an area for top dollar if they don't even feel safe going there. You want to be the worst looking house on the best block instead of the best looking house on the worst block. Tip number 3, buy low and sell high quickly. Speed, speed, speed. So why does speed matter? Every extra day you hold a property costs you money in holding costs. That's taxes, that's insurance, that's utilities, that's interest. Your holding costs add up fast, eating into your profits if your flip takes too long. And in addition to larger holding costs, your long holding periods can also expose you to market downturns. So how do you combat this? You want to streamline your renovation process to minimize any unnecessary delays. You develop SOPs, standard operating procedures, which are a step-by-step blueprint on how to get your project from A to Z. Another way to combat longer hold times is to use effective marketing to attract buyers quickly. Price your property competitively so that it will sell fast and you can repeat the process over and over. To prevent delays, set clear timelines for your contractors and then hold them accountable. If you have milestones and certain dates that they need to hit, make sure that you are holding them accountable and make sure that they do whatever is possible to hit those dates. Another way to avoid delays in your property sale is to stage your property and make it stand out online in listings and in showings. Now, this is what's going to create an emotional response in buyers and get them one step closer to making an offer. Now, if all else fails, always have a backup plan, such as renting the house out if the house doesn't sell quickly. Your holding costs are going to keep going up even if the property doesn't sell, so you always need to go into a house flip with a backup plan and an exit strategy. Plan every step of your flip before you even close on the property to minimize your holding period. It's also smart to use a profit calculator to ensure that you're prepared for the worst case scenarios. And if you need a free one, I've linked one down in the description below. It's completely free and it's going to tell you exactly how much profit you stand to make minus all of your holding costs. Tip number 4, calculate your costs accurately. Many new flippers underestimate your costs, which can lead to losses on your property. Surprise or unexpected repairs can also turn your profitable deal into a money pit to where you'd just be happy breaking even. Underestimating closing or even holding costs can also eat away at your profit margins. The way that you combat this is go into the project eyes wide open, knowing every cost that you have. This includes your acquisition cost, your repair cost, renovation, holding, and even your selling costs in your budget. Now, when you conduct a detailed inspection to identify any hidden repair needs, build those into your budget as well. It's also smart to get multiple contractor bids so that you know and can confirm you're getting accurate estimates. And don't forget to account for marketing expenses when you're actually selling the property. And my last point on building a budget is add a contingency cost to avoid being caught off guard in case something unexpected comes up. Always, always, always build a 10 to 20% contingency fund into your budget to account for unexpected expenses. Track and review historical expenses from each flip to refine your cost estimation skills and make sure that you are being as accurate as possible. This will allow you to create more accurate and more realistic budgets on each house flip moving forward. Tip number 5, stick to the 70% rule. Now, what is the 70% rule? That means that you should never pay more than 70% of the property's after repair value, the ARV, minus the repair costs. So if you have a house that's worth $200,000 fixed up, you want to pay 70% of that minus your repair costs. What this does is that it acts as a safety net to protect your profits from anything that you didn't expect or any unforeseen issues that come up. This rule ensures that you don't overpay in competitive markets. It also ensures that you maintain a healthy profit margin and kind of safeguards you against any unexpected costs or if the market takes a turn that you didn't expect. It also simplifies deal analysis, making it easier to spot good opportunities. Stick to this rule even if the deal looks tempting. Discipline is the key to your long-term success. If the numbers don't work, move on. There's always going to be another house. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you can adjust the percentage slightly based on your specific market's competitiveness. But use this rule as a guideline, not as a hard limit, and just adjust it for unique deal specifics. Tip number 6 on this list is reuse whatever you can in your project. Reusing existing elements or any materials that are already in the house, these dramatically lower your renovation costs while also maintaining your quality. Buyers appreciate kind of well-preserved original features such as hardwood floors or even vintage details of the house that kind of speak to the time period of when it was built. This approach reduces your waste and supports your budget levels when you go into the project. This is also one of the key components of the stealth wealth system. So here's a few examples of reusing what's already there. Repaint or even refinish cabinets instead of replacing them entirely. You can update the hardwares like the handles, the faucets, even light fixtures for a modern look at a very low cost. If you have hardwood floors, definitely refinish those rather than installing new flooring. And then you can also repair instead of replacing damaged trim, baseboards, or even crown moldings. One of the best things that you can do to a house flip to create an emotional response is add a fresh coat of paint to walls, doors, and even ceilings to brighten up spaces without any major changes. So here's my tip to be as efficient as possible. During your initial walkthrough, identify what can be salvaged and plan your renovation around these features. If you have to, shop for gently used or even discounted materials to stretch your budget even further, which will equate to higher profits when you sell the house. When you emphasize creativity, when you reuse what's already in the house, that can be a selling point when you do it very thoughtfully. Tip number 7 is focus on kitchens and bathrooms. Kitchens and bathrooms are often the make or break spaces for buyers. When you upgrade these areas, these are going to provide the best return on your investment for your renovation dollars. Modern functional kitchens and bathrooms, they add perceived and actual value, which can lead to quicker sales. Splurging on upgrades like new countertops like quartz or marble and replacing outdated fixtures with modern energy efficient options are what's going to raise your resale value even higher. Backsplash tiles are a must and simple but impactful update that you need to add to every kitchen. If you replace old lighting with sleek, maybe energy efficient LED fixtures, this will enhance the feeling of the space. And if you upgrade bathroom vanities with a cost-friendly option that look high-end, that will contribute to your resale value as well. So it boils down to focusing on upgrades that maximize buyer appeal, not luxury features that are not going to deliver returns. Reuse materials like sinks or countertops in secondary areas like laundry rooms, or if it's in good condition, you can reuse it in the space as well. It's also important to work with a consistent supplier for bulk discounts on kitchen and bathroom fixtures. Tip number 8 is maximize space and storage with the stealth wealth strategy. So buyers love storage. Storage is a top priority for today's buyers. Homes with well thought out storage solutions feel more functional, they feel more livable, and they just feel better to live in. Even small homes can feel spacious with the right storage solutions, but it has to be practical because when it's practical, these options add a sense of order and make the property more appealing to families and those with children. So one way to use this strategy is to transform underutilized spaces into practical storage areas like adding built-in shelving under stairs. You can also add built-ins to a living room for an entertainment center. Optimize closet spaces with affordable organizers or even shelving systems. If you add storage solutions to unexpected places like cabinets and laundry rooms, this will also add to your value. Another way is to turn an awkward space into a functional nook or a breakfast eating area like a mini home office or even a mudroom. The key here is to deliver value without breaking the bank. Maximize these existing spaces creatively rather than adding square footage. But this isn't appropriate for every market. Tailor your storage improvements to the needs of your local buyer demographic. And if you choose to go with a storage option, highlight these features in your marketing to attract more attention and faster offers. Tip number 9 on this list is to set a competitive selling price. Now, overpricing can lead to longer holding times, which is going to eat into your profits because your holding costs are going up. Pricing competitively increase buyer interest and can also create a bidding war, sparking multiple offers. Here in 2025, in a high interest rate market, buyers are more price conscious than ever. When you're thinking about a resale price, research recent comparable sales or comps in your area to determine a realistic price range. Then you want to price slightly below market value to generate more interest and sell the property faster. Now, if you're not an experienced real estate agent, I highly recommend against listing the property yourself. I recommend working with an experienced agent who knows the local market to fine-tune your pricing. When your house is actually on the market, monitor your buyer feedback and adjust your pricing if it's needed after you list. Now, it varies market to market, but you can use professional staging or even virtual staging and professional photos to make the property feel worth every penny that you're asking for. And just remember, a quick sale at a fair price is better than holding out for a slightly higher price that increases your carrying costs. Always factor in carrying costs when you're deciding on your final list price. And the final tip on this list, if you've learned nothing else, have a contingency fund. Unexpected costs are inevitable. It always happens in house flipping, from hidden repairs to market delays, market downturns, whatever. Something is always going to come up that you didn't account for. Now, a contingency fund ensures that you can handle surprises without jeopardizing your project or your profits. Now, what this does is that it creates a financial buffer. It keeps you flexible and it reduces your stress during the renovation process. Now, I've said this before, but it's important to allocate 10 to 20% of your total budget for contingencies to cover any unforeseen expenses. Keep the contingency fund separate from your main budget to avoid overspending on other places of the house. Regularly review and adjust the fund based on the project's progress and if you have any risks coming up that you foresee. Hope for the best, but plan for the worst case scenario. The trick here is to execute your flip and renovation with precision to avoid tapping into your contingency fund unnecessarily. And if you do have to dip into your contingency fund, do it strategically. Prioritize fixes that directly impact your property's value or the buyer appeal of your property. It's also important to document any unforeseen expenses to refine your budget for future flips so that you can be as accurate as possible on the next one. So there you have it. There is my top 10 list for flipping houses in 2025, from choosing the right property to managing costs and maximizing your return on investment. These strategies are actually designed to help you succeed in a challenging market, even with high interest rates. By using the Stealth Wealth strategy, think about how you can minimize risks and maximize returns on every deal. So thanks guys for watching. That's the end of this video. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more insider tips on how you can be successful at flipping houses as well. Also, if you want to make as much money as possible and be successful in house flipping, check out my free profit calculator linked in the description below. It's my gift to you that is going to level up your deal analysis game and help you be as accurate as possible. And if you guys have questions, drop them in the comments and I will personally respond. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's make your first flip a success and beyond, and I'll see you on the next video.